When you think of fighting styles, you might think of Japan or China. But Brazil has its own special history, where rhythm meets real-world fighting. From Capoeira's dance-like tricks to the ground fighting of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, this is the story of Brazilian martial arts. It's not just about moves or belts, it's about staying alive, history, and showing who you are. Capoeira was born because enslaved people needed to protect themselves, hidden as a dance. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu changed fighting forever, showing how the smaller, smarter fighter could win. We'll look into Vale Tudo, the no-rules fighting before MMA, and the strong rivalry between BJJ and Luta Livre. This is the raw, powerful history of Brazilian martial arts. To understand Capoeira, go back to Brazil in the 1500s, where enslaved Africans who had lost everything found freedom in movement. They made fighting look like dancing, adding music and acrobatics to hide their training from slave owners. The ginga, Capoeira's main step, looks like a dance but keeps you moving, ready to attack or get away at any moment. From the ginga, kicks fly out, like the spinning Maya Lua de Compasso, or you drop low to dodge. The music, led by the berimbau, controls how fast and strong the fight is. It's not just background, it's the heartbeat of Capoeira. Even after slavery ended, Capoeira was against the law, seen as a danger by the police. People who practiced it trained in secret, becoming tougher and smarter. Militia, street smarts and tricks became very important, making Capoeira as much about outsmarting as outfighting. In the 1930s, Mestre Bimba made Capoeira respected, opening the first school and focusing on its fighting side, while Mestre Pastinha kept its old traditions alive. Today, Capoeira is more than just flips and tricks. It's living history, a dance of fighting back, and a celebration of never giving up. It's a reminder, sometimes the strongest weapons are hidden in plain sight, looking like art and music. Now, from dance to taking over, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, or BJJ, changed martial arts forever. It started when Japanese judo master Mitsuyo Maeda taught Carlos Gracie in Brazil in the early 1900s. Carlos shared the art with his brothers, especially Helio Gracie, a weak kid who couldn't rely on strength. Helio made the moves better to use leverage and good timing, proving that a smaller fighter could control and make bigger opponents give up. The Gracies openly challenged others, beating fighters from every style and showing that good technique beats raw strength. BJJ's main idea, control leads to making someone give up. You get better positions, set traps, and think many steps ahead, like human chess. For many years BJJ was Brazil's secret weapon, until UFC 1, when Royce Gracie surprised the world by beating bigger, stronger opponents. Suddenly, every fighter needed BJJ. It became a key part of MMA, forcing everyone to learn it or fall behind. What started as a need became something huge around the world, a beautiful, tough science. While BJJ grew in the schools, Luta Livre, meaning free fight, was born in the streets. No special uniform, no fancy stuff, just raw, strong submission wrestling, based on catch wrestling and judo. Luta Livre was the art of the working class, practiced in tough gyms and poor neighborhoods open to everyone. The rivalry with BJJ was intense, rich versus poor, uniform versus no uniform, fueled by social class and fighting style. Famous Vale Tudo fights settled who was better, like Rickson Gracie versus Hugo Duarte on the beach. Luta Livre focused on taking people down, never-ending submission moves, and especially leg locks, finishing the fight fast. Even though BJJ became famous worldwide, Luta Livre produced strong new fighters who helped shape MMA. Today the rivalry has calmed down and training in both is common, but Luta Livre's tough, independent spirit lives on. Where did these styles prove themselves? In Vale Tudo, anything goes. The first no-rules fight, no gloves, no weight limits, hardly any rules. Just two fighters, any style, testing what really works. Born in carnivals and made popular by the Gracies, Vale Tudo was the testing ground for Brazilian martial arts. Fights could last hours, ending only by knockout, giving up, or quitting. Bare-knuckle fighting changed everything, making fighters smart, and making grappling and takedowns very important. Vale Tudo needed complete fighters, strikers needed ground skills, grapplers needed to get close. Legends like Rickson Gracie and Wanderlei Silva came from this tough world. Vale Tudo is the direct ancestor of modern MMA. The UFC was inspired by these wild Brazilian challenge matches. Rules came later, but the main idea stays: does your style work when it really counts? Brazilian martial arts are more than just moves, they're a way of life, built on rhythm, flow and community. In Capoeira, the ginga and music create a dance. In BJJ, rolling is like talking, a flow of movement and solving problems. Leveza, or lightness, means using very little energy, flowing around strength and making the art something you can do for life. Militia, cleverness and tricks, is key. Set traps, fake moves, outsmart your opponent. Respect and order are very important. You bow on the mat, honor your teacher, and value your training partners. The gym becomes family, a place to struggle, learn, and grow together. Patience is very important. Getting better is slow, humbling, and needs you to be strong. These arts teach you to stay calm when things are tough, adapt, and keep going, on the mat and in life. Brazilian martial arts show the country's spirit, rhythm, creativity, cleverness, community, and the patience to play the long game. Brazilian martial arts didn't stay in Brazil, they took over the world. After UFC 1, BJJ became a huge thing everywhere. Every serious fighter needed it, and schools opened all over. BJJ is now an international sport with huge competitions and a new group of grappling stars. Capoeira, too, spread worldwide, taught in parks, studios, and universities, sharing Brazilian culture and history. The core of Vale Tudo and BJJ is in every MMA champion today. These arts keep changing, new moves, new plans, always getting better. Luta Livre is coming back strong, especially in no-GI grappling and MMA, mixing with BJJ for even more complete fighters. The old rivalries have softened. Now it's about learning from every style to become the best. From hidden dance to global sport, Brazilian martial arts changed what it means to be a complete fighter. The real lesson? Martial arts are more than fighting. They're about soul, staying alive, and showing who you are. Capoeira turned dance into freedom. BJJ showed how leverage beats strength. Luta Livre brought raw toughness. These arts teach us to find a way when there seems to be none, to flow, to adapt, to keep going. Their history is written in rhythm, strength, and new ideas. Next time you see a spinning kick or a grappling move, remember the deep history behind it. Train smart, flow free, fight Brazilian, subscribe, and respect the rhythm. Thank you.